Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukula sessions. And today is Thursday. We have discussion about Krishna Lila. We'll continue this topic. Right. So with the help of, what is opposite of Krishna? Krishna's energy, which helps us to become positive energy. It's called as Yoga Maya. What is opposite of that? This energy of the Lord, she helps us to become Krishna conscious. That's why in the spiritual world, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, although they are the father and mother of the Lord, but they never think him as the Lord. They think him as a baby only. Yeah, that's called as a Maya, which allures us. External energy, Mahamaya, Durga. So this is a nice painting. You can watch this. You're able to see? Yeah. So who is offering the gift for us in the picture?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Who is offering a gift for us? It's a gift for you. Please take. Yeah. It's a Maya. She is like a, and then what do you think? What will be the her gifts? What gift she is offering? What kind of gift she will offer? But this boy is telling no thanks. Why? Because he has many other gifts with him. You don't want these gifts. What kind of gifts Maya offers? Which kind of gifts Maya offers? Yeah, nectar in the beginning but poison at the end. Yeah, this is the nature of those things. But what are the practical things Maya offers us? Here it is just written one example, gift for you. So in what way what all things she offers us?
Yeah, Prabhu means like Maya will offer like means for fish they'll offer they'll give one bait like that means Maya will give some baits Prabhu means Maya will show that means all this means see social media it will be so good then you do this it will be so means like that Prabhu.
Yeah. The social media is a very big thing. And some nice entertaining videos on the cartoon networks or other things. Or maybe outside we go in the restaurants, right? It looks very, very attractive on the hotels or kind of a malls or the cinemas. Right? That's where so much billboards and publicity goes. So these are like a gift of Maya for us. Computer games, a gift of Maya for us. But then the devotee should hold on to Krishna. So he has a gift of Krishna with him. So this boy is having a, who is this boy? Jasit Prabhu, Divesh Prabhu, Athar Prabhu, yeah, all of you, holding on. The Devotees Association, right? Reading Srila Prabhupada's books, taking only Krishna Prasadam. That's ABCD basically. Chanting the holy names, correct? All ABCDs coming, association, books, chanting and diet. So then those gifts of Krishna we hold, then we will be able to say no for Maya. Oh, no, I have a gift with me. But if these things goes away, then naturally one will look for those gifts what Maya is offering, right? So very amazing, nice way they have drawn, putting the pics and things. Yeah. So that's why we have to hold on to Lord Krishna. We should follow what Lord Krishna wants us to do. We should know about Lord Krishna's character, episodes, and then surely we'll be saving from this Maya's gift, which are like a poison, nectar in the beginning, but poison at the end. So it looks entertaining, eating chocolates or going for a cinemas or some video games, cartoon networks, looks very, very thrilling, but they're not substantial. Nothing comes of any good use. Momentarily they give happiness, but all our concentration goes away. Our mind becomes so distracted, becomes very difficult to focus then. And then our time goes, energy goes, money goes, and we become more conditioned on the top of that. Whereas we know about Krishna, so it might be poison in the beginning. Oh, I have to chant, oh, I have to read, oh, I have to sit. But you go on doing, it will bring out the very good character, very good personality from our life. There's a nectar at the end. So let us know about Lord Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what was our yesterday's point? Anyone remember our yesterday's reading?
We should do morning prayers, Prabhuji.
Yeah, our Prahlad Prabhu is a very nicely remembering everything. Yeah. So we should not miss the morning program. That's why yesterday's title we gave. We uploaded there if some of you have seen. Even the Gopis and Uddhava also, they do their morning program. So should not forget doing morning program, morning prayers. So let's continue further now. That's the next chapter it starts. What is that name now? Yeah, delivery of the message of Krishna to the Gopis. So this exclusive chapter is given. Uddhava entered, he halted in the house of Nanda Baba and Yashoda. He had words there. Whole night they spent in the discussion. So much Nanda Baba was remembering and Uddhava was narrating. Then next day after morning program, the Gopis came and then they saw Uddhava. And as a simple village girls, so immediately they went closer to Uddhava and started talking to him, seeing him. Let's read now. So I think this we started a little bit, right? Yeah. That is soul. Yeah. Who is the soul?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Shyam Sundar. Yeah. So up to I think this point we stopped, right? They were very anxious to know about him. And because they were simple, unsophisticated village girls, they surrounded Uddhava. So this point we stopped. When the
Gopis understood from there.
No. When the Gopis understood that Uddhav had a message from Krishna, they became very happy and called him to a secluded place and offered him a nice sitting place. So what was their interest? To go to Uddhava, take him aside and then give him a nice place. For what purpose? What is their interest? Yeah, you're understanding? Why they're treating Uddhava so nicely and so in a seclusion? Because,
Yeah, Prabhu, because he's the representative of Krishna, Prabhu.
So because he had something from Krishna. So that is a point. There, because they wanted to know about Krishna, he has to tell something about Krishna. So they had an interest of Krishna. Okay, that's why. It may look like, Are, these are the girls and they're taking Uddhava right, in a secluded place, and what is not a proper. No, it's not a boy and girl affairs, what modern culture shows about. That's very bad. That's very polluting. But here Krishna is the center, not to enjoy each other's, like how it goes in a modern time, but because to know about Krishna and remember Krishna more. That's the point. They wanted to talk with him very freely and did not want to be embarrassed before unknown person. So because they're so anxious, they wanted to know about Krishna. That's what they are getting the news about now. So that's what they were so eager. They welcomed him with the polite words in a great submissiveness. We know that you are a most confidential associate of Krishna, and that he has therefore sent you to Vrindavan to give solace to his father and mother. We can understand that family affection is very strong. Right? Even the great sages who have taken to the renounced order of life cannot give up family affection cent per cent. So what is meaning by family affection? You are understanding this word? Family affection. Yeah. What is meaning by that word? Gopis are telling it's very difficult to give up family affection. Even the sages also, they're not able to give up those things. Yeah. Having a love for families, yeah, feelings. Yeah. Sometimes they think of their family members. So renounced order people means they have given their homes, they're given up everything, but still they also think about, oh, my home, my father, my mother. So that's mentioned. Krishna has therefore sent you to his father and mother. Otherwise, he has no further business in Vrindavan. So they were saying Krishna is not able to forget his family members. So that's why he has sent you. So recently, anyone remember, we are reading in our Gurukula sessions, discussing about another personality who was also having a family issues, but there we were not able to understand his family affection, but rather we are able to understand his spiritual affection for his, from his life. Who was that personality about whom we are reading or discussing? Which example? The recent.
Which book, Prabhuji?
Yeah, that's what I want you to think about. If I tell immediately, you will tell what it is. Oh,
One clue, Prabhuji, clue.
Yeah, that's why I said about the personality who was also having a family things, but then we found from his example how he was not attached to his family things, but rather he was attached to Krishna's service. Very great example where we're discussing. Not Rama, not Mahabharata. Yeah. Anyone remember? It is about, okay, I'll give a hint now. That personality, he was having so much problems with his family in one sense. He has to go and care for family, but then he did not much bothered. He tried
Prabhupada, Prabhuji, Prabhupada.
Now he remembered, yeah. Yes. So the Prabhupada's life we see, right? He tried his best to settle and all, but then he understood it's not much point. And that's why he was focused on the service to his guru, his spiritual master. So yes, family affections are very, very strong because from childhood, we are practically living with our family, our father, our mother, and especially they all love all of us so much selflessly. They struggle so much for us. And then when we have to take a renounced order, when we are going for a brahmachari ashram or sannyas ashram, then we have to give up all those things and then leave them. That's why sometimes we see some students, they come to hostels, they have some homesickness because they lived in the home. Now they're finding very difficulty to go away from home. That is why the Gurukul system is there in the system, in the Vedic system, Gurukul. Why? Because so that from childhood, he's up to age of 5, he is there with the mother and father so that he grows up well in health and everything. But after 5, he goes and stays with the Guru's ashram so that he doesn't become caught up with the unnecessary family knots. He becomes caught up with the Krishna's knots. Of course, that doesn't mean that he becomes irresponsible for his father, mother. He throws them out. That's not a proper way. That's why we find in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's episode also, one of the Goswami who knows, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, you serve your father, mother very nicely. Then after that, you come to Vrindavan. Who was that personality? From Sri Rangam. That was from South India, that Goswami.
Prabhuji, Gopala Bhatta Goswami?
Yeah, yes, the Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Right. And many other examples also we get to know. Because parents have done good. So we have to take a due responsibility. In our society also, let's say somebody have to come for a brahmachari ashram and then do nice, dedicate his life for the service of the Lord. Then we make sure everyone is properly has done his family responsibilities and he has got a benediction and blessings from his father, mother. Then only he is allowed. Not that, kind of throwing them and running away or things. This is not a proper way. But the point is to give up family affection is a very, very challenging. And especially when we get a high education, we have very good intelligence, we have a lot of money. Right? But then one should not forget the goal. That's why Bharat Maharaj, if you read, he had a beautiful wives, he had a nice children, he has huge palace, but then he gave up everything and he retired to the forest. So one day we have to give up everything. So if we develop attachment, then it will become very difficult at the end. But if we live in a Krishna conscious way, in a detached spirit, then naturally Krishna will take care of everything all around. So that's why one should understand this properly. Krishna is therefore sent you to his father and mother, otherwise he has no further business in Vrindavan. He is now in town. What does he have to know about Vrindavan village or the cows pasturing grounds? These are not at all useful for Krishna because he is now a man of the city. Person goes in the city, then they forget about the village. Who will bother about village now? Now I am a city man. So they're saying something about Krishna for Krishna like that. So why he is bothered about it? Surely he has nothing to do with persons who do not happen to be his family members. Friendship with those outside the family continues as long as there is some selfish interest in them. What is there in it for me? If that is there something, then I'll have a investment in that relationship. If there is no point, then why to unnecessarily keep those relationships? So selfish stinks like fish. Our teacher was telling me. Selfish attitude is very wrong, very bad. So selfless, where less is a self is a less and others are more. Right? Others are given a more due respect. So today is a very auspicious day also. Anyone remember, by the way, about renunciation? That example comes in mind. Today, what is the occasion? Vaishnava calendar. Who refers Vaishnava calendar? Yeah, today is appearance or disappearance. What is that?
Disappearance, Prabhuji.
Disappearance. Yeah, correct. So today is a disappearance day of Srila Madhvacharya. So he also left his home at the age of 12 only. Right. So of course, but then there is a higher purpose and things that he had come for a certain plan, and that's what that little sacrifice created such a great good for the entire world. Right. So this is an example of renunciation. This comes, and then there are many other his amazing disciples, and then how his life stories. Tomorrow is Ramanujacharya's disappearance day. That's another great personality from Sri Sampradaya. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Maharaj, Prabhujis are coming to Ramanujai statue, Prabhuji.
No. Tomorrow Ramanujacharya's disappearance day, I am saying. That is the day when Ramanujacharya left this planet and went back to Vaikuntha, went back to spiritual. Otherwise, why should one bother about those outside the family? Specifically, a person attached to the wives of others is interested in them as long as there is a need of sense gratification. Just as bumblebees have interest in flowers, as long as they want to take the honey out of them. Right? So people, they keep sense gratification in the center. If that is not coming, they leave. An example is given of a bumblebees. They go to the flower where honey is available. Flower is not having honey, they will not go. It is psychologically very natural that a prostitute does not care for her paramour as soon as he loses his money. So what is meaning by paramour? You understand? Paramour. Prostitute means the lady who has a profession about associating with many men. Generally, the wife should remain with husband. That's a cultured way. But then there are some class of ladies called as a prostitutes. They entertain with other men also. So that's the sense. So paramours means the man have a wife, but then he has another relationship also. That's called as a paramour. He has a paramour. So her paramour means such that man, one who loses his money, then why that lady will go to that man? That's meant said here. Similarly, when the citizens find that a government is incapable of giving them full protection, they leave the country. So many examples now you will get to note here, okay? So let's see how many of you remember now. First example, what first example just now they gave the gopis about selfish interest. Which example we read just now before this? 3 examples are over till now. Right. Who is hearing attentively?
What, Prabhuji?
Yeah. What example the gopis are giving about selfish interest, selfish relationships? 3 examples are over till now. Correct. One is about bumblebees. They will not go to the flower if the flower is not having honey. Prostitutes, they will not go to the paramours if he is not having money. And third example, just now we read, the public, they will leave the government if they have no faith that government will protect them. Okay, so 3 examples. So a student after finishing his education gives up his relationship with the teacher and the school. This is a 4th example. A priest after taking his reward from the worshipper gives him up. This is a 5th example. When the fruit season is over, birds are no longer interested in the tree. Just after eating the house of a host, the guest gives up his relationship with him. After a forest fire, when there is a scarcity of a green grass, deer and other animals give up the forest. And so a man, after enjoying his girlfriend, gives up his connection with her. So basically what they wanted to say, anyone understood from all those examples? Yeah. Why they're giving so many examples?
Where the advantage is there, there the people will go.
That's a lesson is correct. But why they are speaking this example? Why they want, what they want to convey? Who has got the point? What they want to say from all those examples? They will give up this, they will give up this, they will give up this because there is no interest. So Krishna has left them. Yeah, correct. Krishna also left us now because he got the city now. He's going, he is now in the city. Why he will bother about us? So to convey that point, they are given so many. So in this way, all the gopis indirectly accused Krishna by citing many examples. So Uddhava understood that the gopis of Vrindavan were all simply absorbed in the thought of Krishna and his childhood activities. So like just imagine if somebody behaves selfishly, nobody like to talk about such person, isn't it? Somebody becomes very, very selfish, right? What very little also selfishness somebody shows, one is not interested in such persons of a relationship because that's not a pure relationship. But here the gopis, they're saying Krishna selfish, but then you see, they took Uddhava in a corner, they started talking to him, they started glorifying him, they wanted to know about what Krishna has told. So that's why it is written. Indirectly, right? They're accusing Krishna, but then they're so much remembering their Krishna, they're not able to forget. So that's another way of presenting the love of them. So while talking about Krishna with Uddhava, they forgot all about their household business. Right. So what time this was happening now? You remember yesterday's reading, if you know. What time this is happening? What time this is going on? Yeah. So morning, yeah. So the gopis, they had done their morning duties and they came to see Nanda Baba and Yashoda. Every day morning they used to come. That's what they spotted their Uddhava, and then the talk starts. So morning hours, everyone runs for their work, right? And then especially the ladies in the home, they will have to do all cleanings, washing the clothes, those who took bath in the mornings, right? Then making a lunch ready, a lot of works goes, right? So now they saw Uddhava, they forgot all about their household business. How many of us will have problem? Oh Prabhu, I started about reading Krishna book. I forgot only my studies or my lunch. Right. So that's the one thing how immediately we can understand, because we don't have that much attraction. We are on a bodily needs. But the gopis and all, the topmost devotees of the Lord, like Nanda Baba yesterday we read, whole night, no problem, only like, oh, it's a night time, I'm getting a headache now, let me sleep. The Krishna separation was more for them than even a problem of a sleep. Problem of a sleep was insignificant. That's why they're able to pass. Same way here, the gopis also, they forgot only about their work or their other duties. They even forgot about themselves as their interest in Krishna increased more and more. As their interest in Krishna increased more and more. So this is that's why gopis are considered the topmost example, highest example of devotee. You want to know who are the greatest devotees of Krishna? Here you can find. Where is our interest? Right? Our interest drives our actions. Intent drives the action. That's what, right? Like, let's say I have an interest now to eat. I'll walk into the kitchen and see what is there. I have interest to sport. I'll go and see what the games are happening. I have an interest to sleep. I'll go and always lie down. I want to sleep. The gopis' interest is only Krishna. And for that sake, they're ready to give up. So how interest will come, how interest will be shown. So to the degree how we are able to not worry about our bodily necessities also. Interesting. So if you have really interest with Krishna, then we will get up early in the morning. We'll sacrifice our sleep of morning hours, right? And then we will use morning hours for meditation. If we really have interest for Krishna, then we'll behave the way how Krishna wants us to do, wants us to lead. Be a responsible student, cultivate a good habits and attitude, deal with our parents, relatives, neighbors, teachers, friends, all the social people in a proper gentlemanly way. And then regularly do our sadhana of reading books, Prabhupada books, come in the association. Then means we are working with the interest of Krishna, because Krishna will be happy, because Krishna will be pleased. For his purpose, I am ready to do those things, although I don't like it. So the gopis is a very, very amazing example. Then now it will come how different gopis they speak and what are their feelings, and then their remembrance of Krishna becomes more and more exalted, becomes very, very practically evident. That we'll see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is one important direct litmus test. You know, litmus test, you've done your science. Maybe Shubham Bro might have done, but online I don't know. All of you also did the wish fruit. In school you have litmus. Litmus test.
Yeah, Prabhu, we have not done it, Prabhu, but it was there in our last class. It was there, Prabhu, but we have not done it, Prabhu.
Yeah, maybe they generally they give on 11, 12 that time I remember. Maybe nowadays their standards are fast. So litmus test means there is a paper. When the acid, the pH value of the liquid changes, the acidity changes of the liquid, then that color of the paper changes automatically. So this is a litmus test of our life. Means what? How much attraction we have for Krishna, how will be visible, how much we are ready to change ourselves. We want to sleep more, But for Krishna's pleasure, for Krishna's interest, I'm ready to change myself. Right? We like to do what we have our own plans, but no, for Krishna's pleasure, I'll not spend my time unnecessarily gaming, sporting, and then unnecessary talks. For Krishna's interest, I will not watch movies. For Krishna's interest, I will not get into unnecessary things. Movies are good movies, we can surely watch, right? Madhvacharya's movies there are nice. Lord Krishna's, Srila Prabhupada's movies are there. But which movies are not meaningful or just short entertainment, but later distractions, is no point. Because Krishna's interest. So this is a litmus test, how much we are ready to change. So the gopis, immediately we can see how much they're ready to, they practically forgot only everything. So that's why they are highest renounced personalities. Sadhus and sages, the gopis are considered the highest renounced, because they're immediately, they did not plan also, okay, fine, after my 50 years, I will go to Uddhava, or I'll start thinking about Krishna and all. Spontaneously, immediately, they forgot their works and everything. So at least we should do scheduled way. We forget our chanting, we forget our sadhana, we have to remember about that. But the gopis forgot their daily works as soon as they got about Krishna. So at least in a scheduled way, we should plan so that we don't forget our regular practice. And then surely you can observe how wonderfully that connection with Krishna will come. So that's how Uddhava realizes that, okay. So that will continue next discussion. Thank you all very much for joining and being with us. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.